Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any upcoming videos. Now let's get started. Hey cousins, did you know that the man we've come to know as Uncle Tom was actually a revolutionary, a leader, and a hero who shaped Black history in ways most people don't even realize? Yep, the real Uncle Tom wasn't a weak, subservient figure we've been told about. He was a symbol of courage, resilience, and freedom. So grab a seat because today we're diving into the life of the real Uncle Tom. And trust me, it's going to be one powerful ride. All right, cousins, let's rewind. Josiah Henson was born on June 15th, 1789, in Charles County, Maryland. He was born into slavery, which means from day one, his life was full of hardship. But he wasn't going to let that define him, not by a long shot. Josiah's parents were both enslaved, were forced into a brutal system. His father, a man named Samuel Henson, was a carpenter and a blacksmith, but Josiah's family was still caught in a web of enslavement. His mother, like many enslaved women, faced the constant fear of her children being sold away from her. So from a young age, Josiah learned what it meant to fight for freedom, and fight he did. My algorithm is telling me that you're watching, but you're not subscribing. Quit treating me like the cousin you don't like. Subscribe and share. Now, the most incredible part of Josiah's early years, education, his owner, a man named Isaac Riley, allowed him to learn how to read and write. Now, that was unusual because most slave owners kept their enslaved people uneducated to keep them subservient, you know. But Josiah wasn't content with just learning. He took that knowledge and turned it into power. He learned about freedom, justice, and what a life could be like if it wasn't shackled by chains. But just when things were looking up, tragedy struck. Josiah was sold to a new owner, one far more cruel than Isaac Riley, and his life went from bad to worse. He was worked to the bone, living in fear every day. But Josiah didn't let that break him. No, sir, no, ma'am. In 1825, after enduring years of suffering, Josiah finally had enough. He escaped slavery and fled to North Canada, leaving behind everything he knew for a shot at freedom. And this is where his life started to take a major turn, because Josiah didn't just escape, he became a beacon of hope. Now, is that the Uncle Tom you heard about? Once he was free in Canada, Josiah didn't just sit back and relax. And let's be honest, he would have deserved that, right? Running away from slavery and being enslaved, born into it. But that's not what he did. He fought for others. He became a conductor in the Underground Railroad, helping over 100 enslaved people escape to freedom. And you know what? He didn't just stop there. He built a whole community in Canada where formerly enslaved people could live freely, work, and build new lives. Now let's talk about that. He turned pain into power. But let's talk about the personal side of Josiah's story, his family. He married a beautiful woman named Charlotte, and together they had several kids. Josiah wasn't just a leader in his community, but a devoted husband and father. His legacy wasn't just about the history books. It was about the future he built for his family and others who were able to escape the horrors of slavery. And if you think Josiah was a victim of history, let me correct you. This man was a leader from day one. His ability to survive, to fight back, and to build something positive out of nothing is why he's a true hero. He didn't let racism or discrimination stop him. He fought against it. Even in Canada, where he lived freely, Josiah faced prejudice. People tried to turn him away just because he was black, but he stood tall and continued to push forward. Now let's talk about this whole Uncle Tom label. The name Uncle Tom has been used for years to describe black people who are seen as subservient, obedient, or even sellouts to white people. And honestly, that idea couldn't be more wrong when it comes to Josiah Henson, the real Uncle Tom. Josiah Henson was no weak, subservient man that history often paints him as. He was strong, bold, and a true symbol of resistance. What he did was on the level of a Harriet Tubman. And you see how history was rewritten to take a hero and turn him into a slander. A hero and turn him into a slander. And I felt it was important to end the technical last day of Black History Month with setting the record straight. See, when Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin, she based the character of Uncle Tom on Josiah's life. But here's the thing. The character in the novel became a symbol of meekness and submission. And somehow, over the years, that distorted version of Uncle Tom became a derogatory term for any black person who wasn't fighting the system in a way that people expected. But Josiah Henson, he wasn't just submitting. He was fighting for the survival of his people, their freedom, and their dignity. That's the real resistance. In 1853, Martin Robinson Delaney, one of the first 3 black men admitted into Harvard Medical School, and the only black officer who received the rank of major during the Civil War, wrote a letter to Frederick Douglass, in which he claimed that Stowe stole Josiah's life. And in this letter, he suggested that perhaps Stowe should compensate Josiah because she just didn't cite him in her book. She stole his likeness. So not only was Josiah never compensated for the work, she tarnished his name and reputation for generations. Now y'all letting this white woman tarnish this man's name and y'all still walking around calling people Uncle Toms? I'm side-eyeing y'all if you still do it after this. So, cousins, what does Josiah Henson's life tell us? It tells us that history isn't always what it seems. Heroes don't always look like what we expect, and they don't always get the credit they deserve. Josiah was a man who fought through unimaginable pain and came out on top, not for himself, but for his people. And that's why he deserves to be remembered as a true hero of Black history. In fact, in the year 2000, Josiah Henson was honored by Canada, where he spent his final years of his life. His legacy lives on in the Josiah Henson Museum in Ontario. And his life is proof that freedom, dignity, and the love for others are the most powerful forces in this world. And I pray that we learn that lesson before it's too late. Thank you, Josiah Henson, for your courage, your unwaverable strength, and your relentless fight for freedom. You endured the unimaginable, and yet you rose above it all, not just for yourself, but for generations of Black men and women who will follow your footsteps. Your journey from slavery to leadership, from fear to freedom, is a testament to the power of the human spirit. You didn't just escape, you built, you led, and you changed lives. You are more than a name in history books. You are a true hero, a beacon of hope, and a reminder that true freedom is never given, but fought for. Josiah Henson, your legacy will never be forgotten. Thank you for being the true Uncle Tom, a man of resilience, honor, and love. You will always be remembered. Rest in peace, King. So, cousins, the next time you hear someone throwing around the term Uncle Tom, remember Josiah Henson. Remember the real story behind the name. A man who was not subservient, but strong, not meek, but determined. His story is one of triumph over adversity, and it is a reminder that our past is full of powerful heroes, heroes who fought for our freedom, our justice, and our equality. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope Josiah's story inspired you as much as it inspires me. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let's keep spreading this truth about our history and uplift our heroes. Catch you on the next one, cousins. Bye. My algorithm is telling me that you're watching, but you're not subscribing. Quit treating me like the cousin you don't like. Subscribe and share. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for any upcoming videos. Bye, cousins.